What's up guys, this is TCG Sam here, and in today's video I got another episode of the YugiTuber deck breakdown, and in today's video I'm going to be profiling TheCaliEffect's Magistus Shaddols. So I know you guys are big fans of Shaddolls, a lot of you, and this is a new way to play the deck because of Liliana Magistus of Air. Pretty much what she does is, when she's normal or special, you add a Magistus spell or trap from your deck to your hand, the relevant effect anyways. So what you search for is Magistus Invocation, and exactly as the name sounds like, it's a fusion spell, which allows you to fuse monsters from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, as long as one of them is a spellcaster. So the only time this doesn't work in the deck is if you're trying to fuse like Wendy plus Ariel for like Applin. That's the only time it doesn't really work. But even then, there's still ways to get around that in Artemis, because this just turns any of your level 4 lower spellcasters into a light spellcaster, which is just incredible. Because like now, if you open like 2 darks, you can normal one turn into this, and then now you have a construct and full combo. It's just actually crazy. And the other target he plays for Liliana is Rita, and this is just a monster reborn. It's interesting to note that Liliana is a 1-card cross sheet, because you just normal it, search this, link it into Magistus Moon Maiden, bring Liliana back, link the 2 for cross sheep, and then if you have a fusion spell after, the cross sheep just gets you so much advantage. And another interesting note with cross sheep and Liliana, if you can special it on your opponent's turn, and he gets effect again to search, because it triggers on special as well, which is just really incredible. The rest of his deck is pretty standard controlled trap Shaddoll stuff, so triple Sinister Shadow games, 2 trap check, needle sealing. He said in his video he preferred this over torrential. I can see why, it's pretty good. Double Eye Strike is present, triple strike. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Extra deck is quite standard. There's not really much I have to discuss. Obviously, Celine is very good to go into access to Go Talker. Side deck, I just quickly put one together. He didn't have one in his video. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just hop straight into a duel and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, so in the duel, we win the die roll and we're able to choose to go first. We're playing Trap Shaddolls, so we definitely do want to go first. And our opening hand is El Shaddoll, Hedgehog, Liliana, Shaddoll Fusion, Sinister, so this hand is really nice. Our opponent's hand is Whiptail, Black Awakening, Eldritch, Bunny Blast, Eldritch, so not so great on his part. He has way too many Eldritches and way too many Zoos. What we do, you guys are going to see how powerful Liliana is, because like this plus any other like Shaddoll gets you a construct, which is just insane. We all know how insane construct is. Even if you don't have a good Shaddoll to fuse away like Wendy or Skomata, you're still able to construct effect, send Schism, and then you have a Schism on your opponent's turn for any one of your 3 fusions, because you can make a Winda, you can make a Applin, or you can make another construct, which is just super powerful. You're going to see here, activate Shaddoll Fusion, opting to keep the El Shaddoll Fusion in hand. And the reason I searched for Rito was because we already had 2 fusion spells, so I saved this as a follow-up for next turn. Or an extender if I wanted to make cross sheep, but I didn't think I wanted to. 1 construct, 2 hog. I grab a Skomata, and I send a Skomata because my play was just to set up a Schism, effective gravity controller, add back Schism. So now I have a Winda plus another Winda, another construct, or another Applin, plus the Sinister Shadow gains, which is just really nice. So I set 3, pass turn. My opponent draws a Huaquero. It's not great. Could be worse though. He normal summons the Whiptail, and here I'm debating if I should shotgun anything, but I personally thought it would be best to wait until he made a Borbo. But like, once I let it go, I kind of realized you could just slap a Trident, move into battle phase. If he beats over this, I lose my Winda, and then I also lose when I try to Schism it, because like if he just passes on the Trident, then my Schism is locked down. So that's actually really bad. I didn't realize it until it was too late. And in the battle phase, I decide to El Shaddoll away, preemptively make a Winda, because I need my gravity controller as the material. Effect a Skomata. I sent a Wendy. Wendy effect is gonna set Shaddoll Dragon, because I need to get rid of his Trident somehow. Set Dragon. The reason I can do that is because of Sinister Shadow games. This card is incredible. It just dumps any doll, and then it turns your Shaddoll flip effects into disruptions if you have Dragon or Skomata set, which is just incredible. It's like I send Beast, flip up my Dragon, pop his Trident, and then he just chains pops, which is fine. I get the Beast draw. It's also unfortunate that we had to waste so many cards just to deal with a single normal summon, but like now I figured in my head, if he's playing like Eldritch Zoo, he only has Eldritch plays. If he's playing Pure Zoo, he's just setting back row. But now he uses the Eldritch, sends the window, which was totally okay with me. I felt like he should have sent the Schism because I was locked under my own window too. Because I already special summoned once that turn. If he just sent Schism, I actually wouldn't be able to chain it, so that would have been huge. But I'm able to get Shaddoll Fusion back. He sets up his Eldritch plays, attempts to go end the main phase. I Schism, make a construct, send Lord, send Falco, special summon itself back. And then now he has a Sanguine and a Huaquero, so not really much we have to deal with. Flip up Falco and he just scoops it up from there. We're just way too far ahead. Going into game 2, we're forced to go second. And I draw. My hand is Cosmic, Schemata, Fusion, Strike, Cosmic. So his hand is not great. I need another Shaddoll monster. Also, it was a mistake. I kept in Strike thinking it was pretty good against the Zoo package / Zeus, but I definitely should have just put in more Magistus because it's just so much better. My opponent's hand has Foolish Burial Goods, Sanguine, Ghost Spells, Huaquero, and Ash. Activates Foolish Goods, set a Conquistador, and then now he just has all his Eldritch plays. I decided not to summon Schemata and swing. There's really no point in it. I need to save it for when I draw a monster. So I set the double Cosmic, set the Strike. Brings out Lord. I take 2500 passes. I draw Strike. Set pass. My opponent summons Huaquero and banishes Sanguine to set another Huaquero in the end phase. My opponent's just only drawing hand traps, but I actually can't take this much damage, so I decide to Cosmic the Huaquero here because obviously I take 800 less damage, and I still wanted at least one of these cards to be live, so I couldn't take that extra 800 damage in my opinion. It's just unfortunate that one or both of my strikes are going to be dead after. Thankfully, we draw a Kaios. Our opponent is going to Astral Shaddoll Fusion. And then I activate L Shaddoll Fusion, make a construct. 1 construct, 2 Schemata. It's just unfortunate. Kaios just doesn't do anything as a light target. But we got construct Schemata. Send the Resh, send the Wendy, activates effect. He DD Crows my Resh, which I did not expect him to keep DD Crowing against my deck. So that's why I went for it. But now I'm just forced to summon something off of Wendy to kind of just stall it out. So I set a Falco because I only have pretty much only one of my back rows gonna be live, and I decide to just do it here because I figured if I could get rid of his Lord, I knew this wasn't a Scarlet. I was just hoping like he would be forced to use a bunch of I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I should just let Conquistador go, but I felt like Strike wasn't going to be that useful anyways, so I decided to just conk. I chained Cosmic on the conk, then he chains Huaquero, banishes my Wendy. Here I decide to pass actually and not go for Gravity Controller to add back L. And the reason for that was I was a little wary now of DD Crow. I did not want to just get DD Crowed on this because I pretty much just lose then because I'm just so low at that point. If he just brings back Lord, swings over my Gravity Controller, and I lose if I don't grab the fusion spell. I didn't want to risk that. And also obviously Bell is a thing, so if I got Belled on that I would have lost my body. And Construct I felt like was forced him to use Lord effect to summon itself back and special it to swing over it. So I thought that was good. He goes into battle phase, makes up Alsa. Alsa crashes, adds Whiptail, and then end phase he just grabs the Sanguine and passes. A draw for turn, draw Shaddoll Fusion. I guess it's alright, but it's not really great. Falco effect, bring back Kaios, and now I felt like I was gonna go for Gravity Controller. Gravity effect, construct add L, and then I attempt to Shaddoll Fusion away these two to make another construct, but he has the Ash Blossom too, which is just unfortunate because I think from here I just lose because I'm just way too low and both my strikes are dead. So yeah, he brings out Lord from the grave to play around Ice Dragon's Prison, although I'm not, so he doesn't lose both of his Lords. But yeah, going into game 3, I actually choose to blind second because I figured he would be siding for going second. I didn't want to get blown out by something like Evenly, Reboot, Feather Duster, stuff like that. And I figured against his deck, I don't really mind going second because my Shaddoll Fusion can be live from his Zoo cards. And like, yeah, he also chooses to play around Instance's Gamma as well. But we just draw Riliona. Like, you could actually make the argument here, instead of normal summoning Riliona and trying to go push for plays, I should have just set the Trap Trick, set Sinister, and just set a Wendy or something. But I decided to just go for Riliona, and then he activates Gamma. Gets rid of it. That lets me summon my Pankratops, but obviously I'm not going to swing over his stuff. I just set my two back row and just pass. End phase, he gets a Eldritch, and then draw for turn, draws an Eldan, activates Imperm on Pank. That's fine. I really don't want to be popping this for no reason, because the only way, it's already bigger than Eldritch, and the only way he outs this is he has to specifically draw a Zoo card and then make a Trident. But like, I'm not letting him do that because I have Trap Trick for Magistus. And Sinister Shadow Games if it really comes down to that. But on the summon of Whiptail, that's just a trap check. Even though I'll be locked out on my Sinister Shadow Games, I figured in his hand what he would have to have is something crazy like Zodiac, the one of Zodiac Barrage or something to like continue from this. I almost set in the Imperm column, which was just almost a huge misplay. But Dynamiscus set in the right column, banishing the Whiptail, discard Wendy. Wendy effect is gonna be met with Ash. And then now he activates Eldland. Not much I can do, because if this was a Cosmic, it would have been nice, but unfortunately it is not. Add Golden Land. Battle phase, he crashes, takes 100. Main phase 2 grabs back Lord, and then dumps Golden Land off of the Eldland, which was a misplay because he already had a Golden Land. I mean a Conquistador in hand. But yeah, he sends my Pank with Lord effect, and then he realizes in the end phase he misplays a little. Thankfully, he didn't send Sinister Shadow Games, so I think I definitely needed the Sinister Shadow Games to resolve. But now in the end phase, he gets a Huaquero and a Sanguine, and passes turn. Draw for turn, draw Shaddoll Fusion. At least it's a fusion spell, so I can play. Sinister Shadow Games effect is going to, and I'm going to chain down a Missus because I activated a trap. Send Hedgehog, add Wendy. Here I didn't want to add Shaddoll, and that might have been a misplay because in my head I was just thinking, oh, I'll just make App Clone, and then I didn't really think further from there because this was a misplay. I feel like I should have just added Shaddoll Chaos to guarantee the construct combo, but I also kind of was wary of this Huaquero because that would definitely ruin the combo for me, so I don't think I could have done that. So I decided just to make an App Clone here, and then Squamata and Wendy are going to trigger Send Beast, set Aerial, because here I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to. Maybe it was correct to send the Resh here because it really doesn't matter to me if whenever he Huaqueros, because I could always just chain the Resh on the Aerial. So perhaps it was correct to send the Resh, but in my head I was thinking of another play. Beast effect to draw. I was thinking of the effect where I might be able to search like an El Shaddoll Fusion off this and then trigger Aerial, because Aerial is just huge in this matchup, and especially in this position where he only has Eldritch cards. So Sanguine summons that, and then main phase 2, here I link 2 into a Cross Sheep, and here was, I think, the part where I realized even if I had L, I'm not going to be able to have a monster to fuse with Aerial, which is kind of problematic. So instead of Cross Sheep, I felt like maybe I should have just made something else, what's it called? Maybe like an IP or something for a dark monster, so at least I could fuse away the Aerial. But I think in my head, I just really wanted to trigger its effect to bring back Appglone for more advantage later on. Like this play just gives me so much more advantage. Even if I wanted to trigger Aerial on this turn and banish everything, sure, but I'm left with only a window. So the play I chose to make, because we drew the Resh spell specifically, I get to flip up Aerial, bring back Appglone, effect a Cross Sheep, bring back Sumata. So now we have all these pluses, which is just absolutely insane. Also a misplay here. This was actually kind of huge. I kind of forgot Cross Sheep could bring back Riliona. So if I brought back Riliona here, Riliona effect searches the Invocation. Invocation gives me a Light Monster plus a Shaddoll Monster, and then I have Construct, and I can just go off from there, make Access Code, make Celine. This is just a huge misplay. I didn't realize I could bring back Riliona at this point. So a little misplay on my part. And because in my head I was just tunnel vision on, okay, I'll set El Shaddoll Fusion on his turn, I'll make another Appglone or a Winda, and then Aerial banish. But the problem with that is this banishes in the end phase, and then he can just chain this to Aerial, so all I'll be getting rid of is the Lord. It's just unfortunate because if I summon back Riliona, like, I would have been so far ahead and probably would have just won right from here. I set L, he sets Sanguine, passes, draws Ash. He brings back his own Lord, activates Huaquero, banishes my fusion, and in the battle phase, I'm forced to just fuse away right now because I need to get the advantage off my cross sheep. And it's at this point I realize I can actually summon back Liliona. So I send a Wendy with my Hedgehog, with my Squamata, and then my Aerial banishes 3 cards. But of course, like I said, it pretty much lost. The only value it got was 1 Scarlet and like his L-Band, so it's just a little unfortunate on my part. But he's not going to be able to kill me through the double Applone because they float and can't be destroyed by battle. Really, Ona effect is just super nice. I decided to chain block it because I don't know. I just really didn't expect Ash. Maybe it probably would have been better to just go Wendy chainlink 1, really Ona chainlink 2, because Wendy's just gets me an extra body plus the flip effect of the Shaddoll. So I'd be setting Hedgehog, which is what I end up doing. But yeah, I had Invocation. Like if I had this last turn, I think I would have just been. It would have just been so nice. We would have been able to pop off and probably win. But now he's able to somewhat clear my entire board aside from the double app clones. Hedgehog effect's gonna add a Schism. I was also thinking if I should have just made a summon something else, but I really did not have that much else to summon off of the Wendy other than the Hedgehog for advantage because I already used my 1 beast. Main phase 2, he makes an Alsa. Draw Call by the Grave, which is actually just huge. Like some of you may say like, oh, I sacked him, because you're gonna see here, he pops my app clone. I activate app clone effect, and he has Ash. You just say, oh, I sacked him because I drew the 1 of called by. But like, even then, even if this was something else, we still have an app clone plus a Schism, and like, he is out of Scarlets, so this is going to be setting like the spell or something, which is fine. But like that Schism is just going to be getting me so much advantage. Like I set Schism, and then I make a construct, send his Lord, construct effect, send Aerial, banish the last of his traps, or something like that. So I feel like I still wouldn't have like it. While yes, this was good, it pretty much won me the game from here because I obviously drew Shaddoll Fusion. I searched Shaddoll Fusion, off the app clone, but like, yeah, I hope that made sense for you guys. Also, it's important to note, I also probably shouldn't have won because I believe Alsa effect lets him summon back my Pankratops, which is pretty crazy, and he just forgot to do it. So that was a huge misplay on his part. If he summoned back Pankratops, I think I probably just would have like lost from. I think I would have lost from there. It would have been very, very difficult for me to win, and it would have forced me to have to draw the Call by the Grave to win. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hopefully it wasn't too ranty for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the duel. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more duels with this deck, more builds of Shadolls, because I can build a pretty much completely budget pure trap Shaddoll deck profile that I can profile in real life once some cards come in the mail. But yeah, that's